Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sarah today, because Pam's at BNI doing some networking.
She sure is.
But she did bring in some Tipsy Balls.
They were delicious.
Yeah,
she nailed it out of the park.
We'll get into that a little later.
Mm-hmm.
We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Roopers Beverage and Redemption, when it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 6 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at roopersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Roopers.
Our guests in studio from our NA3 Nordiques, number 72 in your program, goalie Gabe Pomerleau, and number 12, forward Luke Pomerleau. Let's take a look at some headlines for Wednesday, November 27th.
The Androscoggin County District Attorney's Office announced that it will not pursue criminal charges in a hazing incident involving Lisbon High School students. DA Neil McLean Jr. said, quote, much of what was disclosed was self-described by involved juveniles as horseplay, goofing around, and incidents involving voluntary participation.
Governor Mills proclaimed Friday, November 29th, as Maine Grown Christmas Tree Day to honor the valuable contributions of Maine's Christmas tree and wreath industry. The industry creates an estimated $18 million in direct economic impact each year and supports nearly 800 jobs across the state.
Maine Attorney General Aaron Frey filed a lawsuit against a handful of major oil companies claiming they deceived Mainers for decades about the role fossil fuel products played in causing climate change. The state seeks to hold the companies accountable for the devastating consequences on Maine's people, economy, and environment.
And this was just announced yesterday. 80s cover band Harry Pie will be playing live at the Colisée Club during the Nordiques game on Friday, November 29th. If you like the music of Bon Jovi, Poison, Whitesnake, and Motley Crue, you're going to love Harry Pie. The band consists of Mikey Michaels on guitar and vocals, Marty Crew on bass, Foxy Cox on guitar, and filling in on drums, G-Spot. The show starts around 8:30 at the Colisée Club, 190 Birch Street in Lewiston. In the weather, cloudy today with a high of 43 and a low of 28. A winter storm watch is in effect for tomorrow with a mixture of rain and plowable snow and a high of 39. I've heard anywhere from 1 to 6 inches.
Stop it.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, I gotta start up my snowblower.
Yeah, and there's a chance of rain on Friday with temps in the low 40s.
When am I gonna go paddleboarding?
I don't know. We have another 5 months of this, so you might want to manage your expectations.
In sports, the Bruins lost to the Vancouver Canucks 2-0 last night. Boston will visit the New York Islanders tonight at 7:30.
Bates College swept a basketball doubleheader at the University of Southern Maine last night. Sarah Hughes registered 18 points and 10 rebounds to lead the women's team over the Huskies 80-58, and Brady Coyne's 21 points led the men's team to a 68-66 win.
The Maine Nordiques visit the New Hampshire Mountain Kings today at 5:30.
Your Thanksgiving Day football lineup looks like this. We got Chicago at Detroit at 12:30, the Giants at Dallas at 4:30, and Miami at Green Bay at 8:20.
The Celtics visit the Chicago Bulls on Friday night.
And your 3-9 Patriots host the 5-7 Indianapolis Colts on Sunday afternoon.
Thank God for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Celtics and the Nords.
And the Nords.
Celtics and Nords. They'll get us through the winter.
That's right.
Yeah. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping. Kind of today, maybe. It's been a rough week for FPBs.
It kind of has.
Yeah.
Nobody was getting bazizzy 9 months ago.
That's right. That would be February, right?
Oh, that doesn't make any sense at all then, does it?
It really doesn't. Sweeping the Twin Cities is what we're saying, folks. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for November the 27th. And we're going to start off with Jaleel White, who is 48 years old today. No idea, Sarah?
I'm gonna say Steve Urkel.
Yes.
Okay.
He played Urkel on Family Matters.
Phew.
That was way before your time, right, guys?
Yeah. Didn't
you guys are like, what are you talking about?
He did Dancing with the Stars.
Did he?
Yeah, and I think he did really well. I think he was very successful.
He seems like a well-rounded entertainer.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
Yeah.
Robin Givens is 60 years old today. She was on a sitcom called Head of the Class.
That's right.
With Howard Hessman.
Okay.
Is that who played Dr. Johnny Fever on WKRP?
In Cincinnati.
Yeah. Robin was also married to Mike Tyson for a while.
For a hot minute.
Yeah, and had an infamous interview with, I believe it was Barbara Walters.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yep.
On 2020. And rounding out FPBs for November the 27th, you guys must have heard of this guy, Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah, everybody knows
Yeah.
Bill
Too young
Nye.
to know Bill.
Yeah, he's 69 years old today.
Wow. He has a podcast. Did you know that?
Does he?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Is
he
it
does.
about science?
So it is.
Well, folks, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And today, this week actually with FPBs.
It's been a rough FPB.
It's been rough.
Hey, you know whose birthday we missed on Sunday?
Who's that?
Jeremy Swayman.
Jeremy Swayman.
Turned 26.
Well, I liked him better when he was 25.
I think I did too. He was a sweet boy.
He was. He was. Those are your FPBs for November the 27th, and we promise we'll try to do better next week. Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston-Auburn area through two magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local. Position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com. Now we shift focus to hockey. And our guests in studio from the NA3 Nordiques, Gabe and Luke Pomerleau. And let's get this out of the way. You guys are brothers.
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I just thought they had the same last name.
All right, who's older?
Luke is
Luke, and you are how old?
19.
You're 19. And Gabe, you're
17.
17. All right. So
They're confused because they're used to saying, I'm an 03 or an I'm an 06.
Yeah, go by birth year.
is that how it is in the NA3 as well?
Yeah.
You go by your birth
Yeah.
year?
Just goes by birth year.
Pretty much all of hockey, right? Because
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
U14 and U16.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you just go by your birth year. So you guys really have you have to do math to figure out how old you are.
Yeah, I said it so much it just comes to head now.
Just a natural
Yeah.
response.
So Luke, give us like the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
And those are, I don't know if you know what those are, but back when Sarah and I were in school, you'd purchase a sheet called Cliff
cheat
Notes,
sheets.
like if you had to write a book report or something, and they'd have all the important parts
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this. You could just, I'm not encouraging you to do that.
We would never.
Because you guys have the internet. We didn't have the internet back then.
That's true. You had to buy Cliff's Notes.
We had to buy them.
We have Chat GPT now. So.
That's right.
Ah,
That's
there you
Type
go.
something in, it'll do it
Right
for
book
you.
report.
Yeah.
Enter. So what was Sarah's mimicking typing on a typewriter? So Luke, kind of give us your path up to the NA3 Nords. What was it like?
Mainly playing youth hockey up until my first year U18s. Went to nationals twice for Tier 2 at the Maine Gladiators over in Auburn. Came second place one time and then lost in the quarterfinals the second time. I played ACHA Division III last year at Central Maine Community College after I graduated from Lewiston High School. I played 3 years at Lewiston High School before that. We went to nationals last year for Central Maine, where we didn't make it out of pool play, sadly.
Yeah.
But we had a really good season. First season for CMCC, winning a divisional title. So that was really fun. It was a great group of guys to do it with.
So you've played hockey locally your whole life.
Yeah.
That's very cool. We don't interview a lot of the hockey players that we talk to. A lot of them are just like from all over. Like they've
Yeah.
been everywhere and they didn't get to have that experience of staying in their hometown and getting to
I
play.
have been lucky enough.
Yeah.
That there have been opportunities around where I live to play hockey.
Very cool.
Good hockey too.
And Gabe, we got your story the first time you were on the podcast, but
Yeah.
Sarah wasn't here, and we have a whole
wasn't
lot more
here.
listeners now.
Isn't it so much more fun when I'm here, Gabe?
That's a question I think I was just going to take the fifth on.
It's like, next question, please. They are so well trained.
So, give us your career path.
Yeah, I played at the Maine Gladiators pretty much. Well, I went to the NA Nordiques when they were youth hockey under Mike Kane, and then I started at the Glads, went to NA Nordiques, went back to the Gladiators. We went to U14 Nationals, got the chance to play in the finals and won. Then played at the Gladiators another year, and then the year after that, we got that same team back with a couple upgrades. Got the chance to go to Nationals again. We lost in quarters, which was a fun year. Got a great group of guys. Got the chance to win a state championship at Lewiston, and then then I got to NA3, so got the chance to play locally as like Luke. So
Pretty sweet, right?
yeah, it is nice.
Yes. So you guys got to play one season together as teammates?
Yeah.
Yeah, high school.
How
The
did that
year-
work out?
We made playoffs, I think.
Yeah,
It was a building year for the next year, I thought. But
for them to just win a state title after I leave. Yeah, we won a play-in game, and then we had to verse the number one team,
Gotcha.
Falmouth, who at the time had two guys with just like 60-plus points.
one played Division II ACHA at Liberty.
Wow.
And
And
then
then
he's at
Mitch Ham is at Colby College.
Yeah.
I think he's playing D3 Acha as well.
Wow.
Ringers.
Played
Yeah.
against him last year.
Were you in net for the title?
I was, yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
You just glossed right over that. I want to make sure people know.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about that game.
It was definitely a great environment. I mean, we played in Portland and the place was packed.
Where'd you play?
What's the Civic
Civic
Center?
Center.
Is it
Oh,
where
wow.
the Mariners play?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
warm rink too, so it was really warm in there. Great atmosphere. Loved the ice there. And then we got to win, and on our way back we got a police escort from the exit to the high school, and then from there we just had a little fun in town. So
Yeah.
You guys are king of the world for like a week.
that's what I thought.
And then reality sets
Exactly.
in. Right?
That feels pretty good. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm not going to win a championship every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the NA3 Nords, this came together pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Team got announced like a month before the season started.
Wow.
So we had to put everything together pretty quickly. Get a group of guys. That's why there's a lot of local guys on the team that have been coached by my dad, former couple on his national teams, and then just some other like high school teams around, picking up some local guys.
What's the age range for the NA3?
16 to 21. So 08s to 05, 04s.
04s.
Yeah,
04s.
yeah,
Oh, it's the 04s.
Yeah.
And the goal for the NA3 players is to move up to the North
Yeah,
American Hockey League.
develop into the NAHL.
That's why Palms loves a young team, because he wants to develop these kids
Right.
into playing in the NAL.
Is it possible to move up during the season?
Absolutely,
Yes,
Yeah.
You can get called up.
That's going to be a pretty sweet deal, right?
yeah.
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 It creates
Then
good
you think you're the
opportunities
king of the
for
world.
kids. Yeah. Then you come back and you're like, yeah, I practiced with Null.
You peons.
Yeah. I'm the man.
What's this NA3?
Gabe, goalies are a unique breed.
Yeah, I would say that.
You would say that.
Yeah.
Luke, would you agree?
Oh, 100%. Goalies are just so unique. Like, they're just weird. Everyone in hockey just knows that goalies are just different.
We're in our own world.
They just have their own way of doing basically everything that is just completely different from everyone else.
Like what, for example?
One thing is like their warm-ups, how they get ready for practice and games is just completely different from forwards, defense, just skaters in general. The hand-eye is a huge thing for them, so they're over there juggling, bouncing it off the wall, and then like head twitching, like getting their eyes
I
moving.
see that twitching a lot.
Yeah.
Did you ever try it? Did you ever try playing goalie?
Goalie? I've played goalie a couple times. It's hard. It's tiring staying in that stance. Once you try it, you gain a whole nother respect for goalies and the strength.
Yeah.
Like, I can't sit in that stance and push off however many times they do it in a game or in a practice. I have made a couple big saves, though, and I've gotten in net.
Personality-wise, you guys are very different, too. Like,
Yeah,
you're very,
yeah.
like, there's a lot of calm under pressure. Everyone we've interviewed who's been a goaltender has been very, like, chill, but also has, like, a little bit of crazy to them.
Definitely.
Because you got to be a little bit crazy to have something whizzed at you at the speed that it's being
to
whizzed
want
at you.
to, like, jump in front
to
of
get
the
in front
puck.
of it. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm just going to decide to be in front and just have them hit me on purpose.
I'm going to become a wall.
I'll even
I wish.
get in the
That's my
way of
mindset.
it voluntarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up playing hockey in a hockey family, Gabe, did you think to yourself, no, I want to be in the goal. That's what I want to do. I don't want to skate up and down the ice. I want to be in one place.
I think I mainly was a goalie because I just couldn't like skate the whole length for a whole game. Like I was gassed. But in mites, what is that? U8.
Yeah, U8.
I played goalie and I never wanted to switch back. I just loved it. So
What is it about playing goalie that you love so much?
I love the pressure.
Yeah.
Like if you make a great save, people will like. They all recognize it, but like, say my defender makes a mistake, no one knows. But when I make a mistake, the puck's in the back of the net, so everyone knows. But when I do good, people notice, and that's what I think I love most about it.
Yeah, like winning a state title.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. or a shutout game.
yeah.
Right?
I had 2 of those in playoffs and with Lewis, and so
Nice.
Very humble.
Very a little pat on the own back is okay every once in a while.
Luke, are you part of the leadership on the team?
I am.
You
I
captain?
am the captain, yeah.
Right on. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my first time being captain of a team. A young team, too, where I'm like one of the older guys. But it's been fun. There's some things that I have to pay attention to more that I have figured out, like kind of how to pay attention to them, like people's attitudes, physical, like health, how they're doing. Just seeing people's faces and like body language is huge on kind of finding out how they're feeling attitude-wise towards a game, towards a practice, just towards the season overall. And it's been fun to kind of talk through it with them and be able to learn like how some of these guys think when things go good, how some of these guys think when things go bad. Do they put a lot of pressure on themselves when things go bad, or are they able to kind of move forward from it? The people that are able to kind of lift themselves up and move forward from things like mistakes in games or practices, I don't have to kind of talk with as much because they're able to lift themselves up. Mm-hmm. I kind of focus on the guys that struggle with lifting themselves up, trying to just keep their heads up, keep their chins up, like everything above your shoulders. Look up. Don't hang your head.
Right.
It's a tough game. Everyone makes mistakes during the game. Every game, someone's going to make a mistake. You can't be 100% perfect every game.
How did you find out you were going to be the captain?
It was at the end of a practice. We were all just kind of circled around. The day before, I think, we had like individual meetings, and like we got asked like who we would think would be a good captain, who would be a good assistant captain. So it was kind of player voted, but like coaches had input at the end. They would take that information and then kind of structure it around what the players thought and what their thoughts were. So we were just end of practice around the center circle and stretching at the end of practice as we normally do. Then it just kind of coach announced it. Captain, assistant captain, assistant captain.
Do you want to give a shout out to your assistant captains?
Yeah, Kale Billick and Jackson Sardina. Kale's number 20 and Jackson number 17. Two opposite people. Jackson is more of a quiet, lead by example type of guy. Kale is more of an aggressive, he'll like get in your face about it. Like he's more upfront about stuff, which is kind of nice to have both sides of the spectrum. to deal with different mindsets of different players.
Yeah.
So, like, some people might take that lead by example more seriously than that in your face yelling at you.
What does it mean to you personally to be selected as the team captain?
It's a lot of pressure, but it's also kind of like the guys trust me. I have earned their trust, and I have to keep their trust earned and keep that respect. And it's a mutual respect. They trust me, I trust them. If they have anything to critique me about, I'll gladly take it. It's my first time being a captain. I love the guys that are in the locker room, and I trust them and respect them as much as they trust and respect me.
That's got to make a big difference when
Yeah.
you actually like the people you're playing with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because I'm sure that's not always the case.
No, every now and then you get
Yeah.
a couple of guys that mess up the locker room.
Yeah. Gabe, did you vote for Luke to be
I did
team
not.
I was
did
going to
not.
ask, too. That's
I
funny.
found that out, and I was like, I can respect that.
Yeah, there's no one I see better to fit the leadership role and like see than Luke on our team. I don't know. I just couldn't vote for my brother. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you feel like that was favoritism or just
I don't know. I just
you're like, man, I'm not doing that?
yeah.
know.
Tom, the coach asked me, who's my dad, who's gonna be the captain. And I can't be like your other son, Luke. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I did vote for assistant captains, so in a way, my vote counted for
Yeah.
some people. But
Yeah. Do you think the team made a good choice?
absolutely, yeah. He's
Yeah.
stepped up, with putting his body on the line in fights, or I mean, he's got most assists on the team, right? Or insurance goals.
Insurance goals.
Yeah, he is like a combination of Kale and Jackson. He leads by example, but if he needs to get in someone's face about what they're doing, he will. And
Yeah.
he's not afraid to. So
That seems like high praise from a brother.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
That was kind of weird to hear.
You were like, wait,
That doesn't happen often. I'm going to have to go back and clip that and save that.
I'll send it to you.
Get a little soundbite.
That's right. Yeah. Does he ever throw the state championship thing in your face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing he throws at me more is the national championship thing, because we both went to nationals the same year, and I got
plane ride back was fun.
I got silver, he got gold. So we're coming back home. We're driving back home from the airport. He's got the gold around his neck. The silver is back in my duffel bag. I don't even want to see it. And it's like any
Plane ride
arguments,
back.
any
Our
arguments
team.
we got in at home. It's just like he'd go grab the gold medal. Be like, whatever.
Oh, by the way,
the plane ride back, their team was on our flight too, and there's like 6 or 7 of our guys, and we all had the gold medal on, the trophy with us.
did it have its own seat in the plane? The
No,
trophy?
I was holding that. I was not letting it out of my sight.
Meanwhile, Luke's is wrapped up in a sweaty jersey.
Yeah, no.
It's a doorstop.
I did not have that around my neck coming
Oh
home.
man! If you're not first, you're last.
Oh.
It was tough because the coach of that team, Mark Burnett, who was a great coach, what's he got? He was ill before the final game. He gave a speech where it was kind of more sad than like uplifting, get
Yeah.
ready for a game. And after the game, he apologized for that because like the locker room was kind of dull before the game. He's like, yeah, that's on me. But he didn't know if he would make it like another year to coach, but thankfully he did. He's pulled through.
He's coaching St. Dom's now, right?
Yeah. he
Oh,
is.
wow.
Yeah.
Luke, what's it like playing for your dad?
It is only my second time playing for him. I try to separate like the parent from the coach. I also work for him, not for him, but with him. So it's like dad, coach, boss. So
Wow.
I try to keep it separate as best as I can. We do talk a little hockey at home, just kind of like in locker room things, more of like a captain to coach thing though, like how kids are doing in the locker room, what the atmosphere is like. It's fun. His coaching style is pretty good. Little different from my previous coaches, but I'm liking it so far.
Gabe, you like
Same
it.
question.
Yeah.
You like playing for your dad?
I mean, I played for him.
This is recorded, Gabe. Don't forget.
Yeah.
It's gonna be available for years to come.
I mean, I played for him since mites, and we just been winning. So I guess I didn't want to stop winning. So when he asked me to play, I like it. He holds people to a high standard. Sometimes me and him go back and forth, but I think that's just because we're very similar and our heads collide. So
Both very stubborn. Stubborn in their ways. They don't let up. Especially if they think they're 100% right. They will not let up on each other.
They gang up on you?
No.
Good.
No. I got to kind of mediate them both. Home, ice, everywhere. It's like,
you're like the go-between?
yeah, I got to keep
All
them
right,
both
you
in
guys.
check.
If it's not going well, he says, Gabe, go get your medal. Oh, you're already wearing it. Okay, never mind.
it's under my shirt.
He has it on right now.
Gabe, how many goalies are you guys carrying now?
We're carrying 2 right now.
You and...
Aiden Linville. Yeah, we battle for the spot every day. He's competitive. I'm competitive. In practice, we push each other. We want to be better than each other, but we do it in a way where it's not toxic. It's not like I'm going to be better than you because you're not a great guy. It's like I'm going to be better than you and you're going to push me to be better.
Yeah, it's like that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Right.
here. You guys have like a Swayman Allmark kind of
Yeah,
deal, right?
Before Swayman took the turn.
Oh.
Yes, we remember that. How much notice, Gabe, do you get before a start?
The day before, which I like, get my mind prepared for the game. We talk to coaches the game before. If you're not going, you always got to be ready to go because who knows
Right.
what happens.
Yeah, somebody could get hurt in warm-ups.
Exactly,
yeah.
Right. You're a Bruins fan,
I am.
right?
Yeah,
and,
I'm.
and Luke,
And
you
Luke
are
is
not.
not.
No.
Like
Who's
how
your
did
team?
how did that
Detroit
happen?
Red Wings.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Big
I really don't
Paddle
know.
Dog.
going
My
on,
mom's
man?
a huge Bruins fan, so I have no clue.
But,
What about your dad?
He's just a hockey guy.
He doesn't care.
Loves-
I'd say he's a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
if Bruins are playing, they'll cheer for him. But I don't think he's like Mom.
He's not like, no.
Mom
Our
yells at
mom
TV.
is diehard Bruins fan. She hates the Panthers.
Oh, with a vengeance.
yeah,
You,
I think
your
we should
mom
get
and I would get along
your
really
mom
well.
and Sarah and my wife.
Oh my God, we should
go out
just get it
sometime.
Her name is Sarah.
to Chuck. We'll just.
Yeah.
Oh, we hate that guy.
Yep. Nobody
Sorry.
likes him.
He's the worst.
So, Luke, this is kind of weird. Like, you have a Bruins family, but you're a Red Wings fan.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Growing up, Pavel Datsyuk was on the team, Zetterberg, all those, Lindstrom, all those legends. I like the jerseys, love the logo,
Yep.
love the red and white.
It's pretty cool.
And I don't really know, like, as far as I can remember, it's just kind of like Red Wings have been my team. I've been to 2 Red Wings games. They lost in overtime both times, so it wasn't great. But last year we did a Michigan trip with CMCC,
Oh,
and we
cool.
got to watch a game against the Oilers. So we got to see Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drysdale.
That
man,
was
he was
really
amazing.
cool. Really
bet.
cool to see them play. Those guys are out of this world.
Sarah, do you remember you weren't here the last time Gabe was here? What?
I don't know how I would remember if I wasn't here.
But I told you about it.
Oh, okay.
I got to finish my thought.
I'll trust you.
And I told you there was a player on the NA3 Nordiques that put up a hammock in the back of the bus.
Is
Oh,
that you?
That's me. That's me.
A man after my own
Yeah.
heart. I love a
it.
good hammock.
Yeah. Our AC wasn't working one trip, and we had the emergency hatch right in the middle of my hammock. So I plopped that open. I had nice airflow, so I was nice and cozy. I threw my blanket on and I slept for the Bennington's a far trip, so I slept most of the way there.
It looks really comfy.
It is.
I haven't,
It is.
I
Are you
haven't gotten a
jealous?
turn in there. I got a blanket and a pillow in my seat, just cuddled up in the back.
Luke, is that a goalie thing?
Definitely.
You put a hammock in the back of the bus?
That's definitely a goalie thing. That's one of their
That's like-
weird antics.
Outside the box thinking, though. Right?
I fell one time, so that hurt, but the strap broke. It was too tight.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It hurts.
And it did hurt.
Yeah.
I fell down a good distance. It was not good.
Winter is on the way, and if you're looking to get your vehicle, home, or health ready for all that Mother Nature has to offer, look no further than Uncle Andy's Digest. You'll find plenty of local businesses that take pride in providing great service at affordable prices. Holiday gift ideas? Yep, we have that too. It's all in the November issue of Uncle Andy's Digest, along with jokes, funny stories, shout-outs, an events calendar, and a whole lot more. Uncle Andy's Digest, your guide to, well, just about anything. Visit uncleandys.com. We're going to ask you guys 3 random questions that have nothing to do with hockey. Then we'll give you a little warning here. We're going to ask you to deliver a scouting report on each other.
Okay.
Which we've never had brothers in the studio before, so you guys can have some fun with that, I'm sure. And then we'll ask our bonus question at the end.
This wasn't here last time I was here.
I know.
So
we've upped our game.
Alrighty.
We had, just like you guys, you get better throughout the season. That's us. Too.
Yeah.
Sarah, you got a question?
I do.
All right.
What Disney villain do you secretly cheer for? Gabe, you go first.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
He fails
That's
every
a good
time.
one.
I just want him to get one
That's
win.
a good one.
It's a
He's
good one.
persistent.
Yeah.
He does not give up.
No, he's got a new invention every day.
Some kind of innator. Barry! That's a good answer. How about you, Luke?
I like a lot of the Pixar movies. Like
Oh, okay.
How to Train Your Dragon, Monsters Inc., Kung Fu Panda. I like the one from Aladdin.
Jafar.
Jafar.
Or are you talking about the parrot?
Not the parrot.
Not the parrot.
Jafar.
Jafar.
That's just a great movie all around. I love his the way he looks, like his character design.
I don't think I've ever watched Aladdin.
What?
I don't think I've fully watched the whole film.
It's
too
it's
young?
Robin Williams at his finest in improv. It's really
a great
good.
movie.
Yeah, he's the Robin Williams is the genie. It's really good. That's a good answer too, Jafar. That he's very pointy.
Yes,
Jafar's
he
face is very pointy.
The top of his head and the
Yeah, like
beard.
everything.
And then
Yeah.
like the shoulder pads.
Yeah, everything's like got points on
It's
it.
a good look for a villain.
It is a good look for a
Yeah,
villain.
you want to be pointy if
You
you're a
want-
villain. Nobody wants a cuddly villain. All right, Luke, your favorite non-hockey related activity?
Snowboarding. I did it. I took a year off of high school hockey my junior year, and I snowboarded. It was so fun. It was amazing. I mean, I fell a lot trying to learn, but the learning process is fun. And then once you start to get it, you get comfortable on your edges.
Yeah.
You're able to turn.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's kind of similar to learning how to skate. You got to figure out your edges.
comfortable on your edges.
And where it goes. Yeah. Yep.
Skating is all edge work. Getting comfortable on inside edges, outside edges, all that.
Gabe, favorite non-hockey related activity?
I'm a huge fisher guy. I like to fish. So.
Yep.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We got a camp up in Echo Lake.
So nice. It's a quiet lake.
Where a
Yeah.
goalie
Where we
can be
are.
alone with his thoughts.
Yeah. And the fish.
Whatever those thoughts.
Whatever those thoughts are.
What do you think the best fighter is as far as
A
fish?
smallmouth bass.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are feisty.
Even the small ones.
Yeah.
They fight.
Yeah,
like,
you
a
think
2
you'd
pound smallmouth fights better than like a 4 pound largemouth.
Yeah. Do you think you could live in a plastic bubble at the bottom of the sea for 1 year? Luke, you go first.
For a bubble?
In a
Oh, my.
bubble at the bottom
Is
of the
it-
sea. You have everything you need.
Yeah, like kitchen,
bubble.
bathroom,
Yeah,
bedroom.
yeah. It's like
I think I could.
a luxury bubble, if you
I
will.
love the ocean.
Okay.
I like my early middle school years. I was like marine biology. I kind of wanted to be a marine biologist. So I think I'd do pretty well down there, just being able to see all the different stuff in the ocean.
Yeah, for a whole year, all by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I could be by myself. Even my mom is
You
like,
need a dog. You need Lima.
I love my dog.
Something to cuddle.
My
Okay.
dog is like the best thing in the world for me. Lima. She's a setter pointer, a Llewellyn setter.
Cute.
She's beautiful. Love my dog.
So you need
And
a
I
dog.
love seafood, so I think I do fine
Yeah.
down there.
Bottom of the ocean, Gabe. What do you think?
No, I think I'd rather just walk on land and
No, you
Go-
wouldn't do the
no.
bubble.
Yeah.
No bubble for you.
no.
All right.
All right, time for scouting reports. And Gabe, we're going to start with you. Sarah and I own a hockey team, let's say. You never know. We could someday.
We could.
You are our star goalie, but we got to find some scoring help. We need a forward, and
Yeah.
we know you have a brother that plays, and we're taking a look at him. What can you tell us?
He's a clutch player. He'll get those goals when you need them. He's a leader. He's fast. He's a good skater. I think he needs to get better at his puck touches and like where to place it. But what do I know?
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah, he's just a great leader, great team guy. Skates the puck fast and can put it in the back of the net.
What is he like off the ice? Because community involvement is very important.
Yeah, he works at Geiger, so he does the Halloween thing. So
Aw.
he is very good with kids and people like that. He will work if needed, but could be quiet sitting there alone if also there's nothing to do.
So you'd recommend we sign him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Luke, you're our star forward.
Oh, boy.
But we need help in the net.
We need a goalie.
And we know your brother has played some net. He's got a gold medal. He's got a state championship.
Absolutely not.
We're taking a look at him, but we need your input.
What do you think?
He's actually a very good goalie. Fundamentally, all his fundamentals are really solid. Little things, everyone has to work on little things, but he's a great goalie. He can keep his head for most of the time. Every now and then he'll get a little mouthy if something doesn't go his way. Sometimes he thinks he's the best forward and defenseman on the ice, but that's just him trying to encourage his players. He's a hype man in the locker room, but he can also focus up when he needs to, when he's playing. And even if he's not playing, he's a big team guy in the locker room, on the bench, just keeping the energy up, helping me keep the energy up. He's good. I think you should sign him.
Off the ice?
Great kid. He's a little more outgoing than me, but he will go out, talk to people, interact with the community, do stuff like this podcast, do community help, skate on the ice after with like the youth teams. He does that a lot. He's a great kid off the ice.
Those kids are menaces.
Yeah. The young kids are tough to
I
handle.
gotta stick to the shin every time.
And yet you still do it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
That's sweet. That's really
Well,
nice.
that's great. Looks like we're signing a couple of
I
players.
guess
Sarah.
we're ready. Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Final question. It's one of my favorites. And we'll start with Luke. Luke, would you rather play for 12 years in the NHL as a perennial all-star and a Hall of Famer, but never win a cup? Or would you rather play for 5 years in the NHL as a fourth-line forward and win a Stanley Cup?
I think I'd rather win the cup.
You want to win the cup.
I think I'd rather. You don't get an opportunity to win the cup often, if ever. Like, unless you're that bubble Lightning team who just went back to back.
That's right.
They were stacked. But I think I'd rather play for 5 years as a fourth liner and win the cup. I've had my experience like fourth, third line. That's kind of where I was last year on CMCC, playing like fourth, third line, and then playing PK there. And I think I fit that role pretty well. I think coaches like me there, so I'm pretty comfortable in that role. So I think I'd rather be like that and win a cup, get to touch the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
All right.
I think it's the best trophy in sports.
Yeah, I agree. Gabe, 12-year career in the NHL.
Yeah.
All-Star, Hall of Fame. Everybody loves you, but no cup. Or 5 years as a backup and win a cup.
Palm's always told me there's always more ways to beer league. So I think I'm gonna be the backup for 5 years. Let my starter save all the pucks and hoist the cup.
You'll get a couple games like against like the Sharks, the
Yeah,
Blackhawks, you know.
Red Wings,
Yeah.
Bruins right now. If I was
be
playing for them.
playoff contenders this year. Bruins are in the same spot as us right now, just fighting for playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want the cup. I bet you if you ask any Hall of Famer that hasn't won a cup, if they'd rather win a cup or stay in the Hall of Fame, it would be win a cup.
That's only because they blew all their money already.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have asked them when they were your ages, they'd probably be like, yeah, I want all the glory.
Yeah.
It's such a prestigious trophy. All the history in it. Such a great looking trophy.
It
It's
is.
pretty cool.
It's so unique.
You have to win 16 games against 4 different teams to win it. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
Before we let you go, best hockey movie of all time.
Oh, that's another
Miracle.
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 Miracle. call?
Luke.
The first Mighty Ducks.
First Mighty Ducks.
I love that movie.
Okay.
All right.
Good
Second
call.
one's really good too, though. But the first one is the best.
It's been a whole lot of fun. Hope you
Thanks,
guys had
guys.
some fun.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Absolutely.
This was awesome.
Thanks to our sponsors, Roopers Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com. We're going to sample some
Tipsy Balls.
Tipsy Balls coming up in just a bit. And that's going to do it for us this week
Yeah, we got a little holiday.
because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Have a great holiday, and we'll catch you on Monday.
Monday morning.
Sounds good?
Bright and squirrely.
See ya. This could be considered a second Tasting Tales.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
it's
of
like
the
a throwback tasting tale.
Yes.
Remember that time?
Because, yeah.
Sarah made it famous.
Our loyal listeners will know that a month and a half ago,
Yeah.
I have
Early fall.
no idea. It could have been yesterday.
It could have
have been
been.
2 years
It
ago.
all rolls together.
it could have been any day but today.
Yes.
Was it the pumpkin cream liqueur
Yes.
that we were sampling?
Fulton's Harvest pumpkin cream liqueur.
And we were looking up recipes, and Sarah discovered Tipsy Balls.
Tipsy Balls.
Do-do-do-do. You're welcome.
And Pam said, I might make some of those. And here we are.
And I did.
And she did. Her way, though.
Yes, the recipe I didn't look at very closely until I went to go buy the ingredients. And so I'm going down the list of ingredients and I come to a 1/4 cup of vanilla.
Huh?
Wow. That's a lot of
That's
vanilla.
a boatload. That's like an entire bottle of the
I'm like,
little.
I need to buy multiple bottles of vanilla
so much vanilla
to get a 1/4. And I'm like, that can't be right.
It also doesn't real vanilla doesn't it have alcohol in it?
I think it does.
Yeah, I think
so anyway, I did not put a 1/4 cup of vanilla. I probably put a teaspoon,
Okay, well,
which I
that,
thought was
that makes
appropriate.
sense. Yeah.
I remember a Family Ties episode back in the day when Tom Hanks was on it, and he was like their alcoholic relative. And he was so desperate, he was drinking vanilla.
Not my Tom Hanks.
Your Tom Hanks. Yeah.
have to look
So
up
I think
that
it definitely
episode.
does have alcohol in it.
And a
So
very
it
special
skips-
family ties.
Skip the mouthwash, go for the vanilla.
And
Yeah.
a very
Got
special
it.
episode of Lydia's
Lydia's lunch bunch.
Sarah, have you already been into the Tipsy Balls?
I did it. I don't know. I had too much pre-workout today.
So I found that mistake in the ingredients list. I assume it's a mistake. But then when I got home and started making it, I go through the directions and it tells me to add corn syrup. Well, in the ingredients list, there's no corn syrup listed. So
You
I
know-
was like, okay. So I did alter the ingredients and directions a little bit.
I would bet that 1/4 cup is supposed to be the corn syrup.
So here's what I did. I put a teaspoon of vanilla and then like a tablespoon or 2 of melted butter because I felt like it needed that liquid that's going to firm up.
Yep.
So that's what I did.
She's a genius.
I just altered
Look at you,
a
Pam.
couple little things.
I know.
Blazing your own trail.
I know. And she used the Fulton's, was it pumpkin cream liqueur?
Yes.
Fulton's Harvest pumpkin cream liqueur, courtesy of Roopers Beverage and Redemption.
Yes. Thank you, Roopers.
Thank you.
So these consist of finely rolled vanilla wafer crumbs. So I got Nilla wafers, coarsely chopped pecans, vanilla, and a cup of powdered sugar. So there's no shortness of sugar in this.
Lots of sugar.
And then a 1/3 cup of the Fulton's Harvest pumpkin pie cream liqueur.
which we thought was also very good in our coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what do we think? We can't cheers to this. but-
Cheers anyway.
That'd be weird.
Cheers. Cheers. Powdered sugar went everywhere.
Yes. You got black on too, so.
These are good.
They're definitely boozy.
I had a little nibble before I rolled them in powdered sugar, and I was like, ooh, there's definitely booze in there.
It's like a pumpkin pie, but with not a gooey texture.
Yeah, like I don't want to say dry, because it's not dry, but
It's almost like a spice cake, but a little bit more firm. It's really good. You did a great job.
thanks.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your tipsy balls.
They,
They're fabulous.
they are delicious.
Very tender.
I could put a serious dent into that tray.
Yep. Don't
Mark will be in a
expect.
sugar coma.
Yep. Don't
That's
expect
right.
any work to get done today.
Yeah.
Those
Nice
were
work,
delicious.
Pam.
Well done.
I actually like them a lot better than I thought I was going to.
Oh, they're very good. I
So-
think that's really cool. I mean, they have lots of other recipes at the Fulton's Harvest page.
And these are super easy.
Yeah. Just a little roll
It took probably dishes and all 15 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're really good. You could add a little oat to that too. Like a little bit of like ground oatmeal.
You could.
Give it a little, throw some
A little more
raisins
texture.
in there.
It's a Mark thing. I don't think a lot of people would be on your side on that, but
That's okay.
I think
I
if
don't
you-
need those people.
You could soak the raisins in
Ooh.
the Tipsy Ball rum, whatever it is, the pumpkin stuff. Soak
rum
it in there.
raisins,
Rum
mixed
raisins.
Do
in.
some rum raisins.
Hello.
Mix those in.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Chop them up real fine.
Put them in my oatmeal.
rum raisin oatmeal.
You know what? Just make the oatmeal and put the Fulton's Pumpkin Harvest right into the oatmeal
Instead of water.
instead of water.
You might have a problem if
You're drinking vanilla.
Like Tom Hanks.
I mean, we're not going that far.
All right.
Those were delicious. Thank
that
you
was
so
pretty
much.
good. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
What a
that was
great
great.
holiday treat.
I'm glad you volunteered to participate in my last minute. Hey,
You guys want to do
let's
this?
do this.
Like, we're going to say no.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind
Come
of
on.
figured.
I can
Yeah.
picture Sarah's eyes lighting right up when she read that text.
I read it
I
and
mean,
was like,
she sent the star-eyed emoji.
Yeah.
So.
I was very excited. I was
was
like,
a whole
oh my gosh, yes. I had intended to make cookies last night, but I ran out of baking powder when I made dumplings for my chicken stew, and I didn't want to go out to get more baking powder.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that today. That's
So
going
you
to be a
didn't
nightmare.
You didn't start the cookie making process.
I never do. Nope. I always check my ingredients before I start. Yeah. I've been burned before.
Yeah, you learned that mistake
Yes.
the hard
I've
way.
been burned before.
Look at Lydia's like, you ate all of your Tipsy Ball and didn't give me one. Oh,
Did Kevin try them?
No, he does a climbing course on Tuesday nights, so he didn't get home until like 9:30. He goes, "What are the balls in the refrigerator?"
You don't want to
I
know.
go, "Those are Tipsy Balls for our podcast tomorrow morning."
Because that's what we do.
Yay.
Anywho, thank you guys.
Thank you. Are you bringing those to BNI? You're going to share
No,
them? No?
There's like 40 something people
Oh,
in our BNI.
no, forget it.
That wouldn't be nice.
No, but you can put them
First
in
come, first serve.
You can put them in the kitchen.
They'll be there. I won't notice if there's another two missing.
A couple are missing. And off to work I go.
Doopy doopy doo.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Twice in 1 week. That's no big
I
deal.
know. They know I do this now, by the
It's
way.
Thanksgiving
Do
week.
they? Oh, it became obvious.
There's enough time between the time I leave here and the time I go to my real job and sit down at my desk that it doesn't really make a difference. But I told my boss, I was like, hey, just so you know.
FYI.
Yeah.
So you don't find out another way.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually go right from here to the office, and Thursdays typically are our tasting tales day. So I was like, if I just show up smelling like booze, it's not this, it's this.
I really don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem. I just wanted you to know.
And
Full disclosure.
Your boss is like, Sarah, it's Tuesday.
And now they're going to be like, Sarah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
Sarah, it's Saturday. Why are you even here?
Our security cameras caught you. And
Were you napping? What's going on? Everything's fine. Don't worry about me.
oh boy.
fine. Everything's fine.
Yes,
10 out of 10, Pam.
All
definitely.
right. Awesome.
Nice
Glad you
work.
like it.
Highly recommend.
Like I
Poor
said, they'll be
Lydia.
in the fridge.
Lydia, get up.
Should we make them again for our office holiday party?
Oh, I think so.
Don't you think we should?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the resounding
And
yes.
when I say we, I actually just mean you,
yeah.
since you now have a secret recipe.
Just wing it. That's my key to life.
That's what we do.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank
have a
you.
good day at
Have
BNI.
fun with the Nordiques.
All right. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes. Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks.